everybody, welcome back to Planet Coaster and to the project Lighthouse. The harbor has been built. To be more precise, the path from the park entrance to the lake has been built. Now we can concentrate on expanding the city to the right and left. I think it's a pretty good idea if we take one attraction per video and expand the city around it. I think you might get a bit bored of building the city over time. The reason is I'm not going to develop any more houses for the city, but copy the existing houses, building streets and equip them with lamps and add a garden here and there. A town is more or less a repetition of houses. Of course, this doesn't apply for the entire city. There are always places that stand out, that are special. And this is where the attractions come into play. I can build squares around them, meeting points, or even cafes where people can sit outside. And that's what we are doing today. First of all, I'm working on another staircase to the second level so that the guests have enough options for getting around. The next step will be a kind of basilica in which we install a carousel. Here's a spoiler to get this off my chest. The carousel doesn't work in this building. I noticed this when I was editing the cinematic shots for this video. As soon as the carousel moves, the chains swing outwards due to the centrifugal force, so much that they collide with the building. Yeah, I replaced the carousel with another attraction afterwards. You'll probably see that in the next video. But a few words about this building. I looked at a few pictures of famous buildings in Italy and used them as, let's call it, inspiration. The building here is not a recreation of an existing building. I decided to construct this building from scratch after all. Well, and as the title of this video says, I didn't hold back on the exaggeration and called it a cathedral. But slightly changing the subject, now it's time for me to play some music. We are on episode 5 of this project, which means it's time for the wonderful music of Planet Coaster once again. Even though I've heard the song so many times, I never tire of hearing them over and over again. I'll be back in a minute. Again, I'm still working on the area around the cathedral. More ways for guests to reach the cathedral, creating paths to connect to the next attraction, filling a few gaps, that sort of thing. I built a larger square around the cathedral to make the building stand out. Residential buildings are rarely docked directly onto historic buildings. Well, at least that's not the case here. So I got the opportunity to set up a cafe on the square which allows guests to enjoy the view of the monument at, of course, completely overpriced prices. I've got a craving for coffee now too. I'm off to the kitchen, but before that, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and see you all on the next episode of The Lighthouse.